that I knew how to pronounce. Yeah. And I'm going to use that. See, I still stuff from old books. Only ones that fall apart, because I'm actually really against, I'll probably draw something here eventually, but I'm actually really against defiling books. I really am. Two things. This was, part of my first book. I just aged to match. Got some ivy. I've never actually used this. I've used similar rituals, but I've learned from past experience that covens are messy. So when I think of a coven, I think more of like family oriented, I guess. Like only families should be covens. I don't know. It'd be a lot easier that way sometimes. This is all Charmed. Redrew it myself. The words are all the same from Charmed, but behind it, I wrote my own. Right here, I wrote my own hand fasting ritual and just continued the art. See how slick I am? This is from a children's book I had. I really liked the border, so I cut it out. And it was like a really stocky paper, so it doesn't want to stay back. But it protects this part of the page back here where the posts are. But yeah, and I glued that in. This is going to be redone because there's not a lot of information there. Because at the time when I made the page, there wasn't a lot of information out there for a witch's funeral. But now that I feel up to it, I will write my own. Basically, I'll just write down what I want done at my funeral, like a dance party. You can tell, I already had this drawn, like all this, and I had it folded up, and ages ago, I was like, I need a divination page. And I was like, oh, I got that page that I drew ages ago, and so I just colored it and put stuff in. These, I'm redoing, because I tried a new technique, and it's way too colorful. It doesn't match the rest of my pages, and I thought, oh, no big deal, because I'll just make more, and it'll be a nice blend. No, I'm not making more, because they're too stocky. They are too stocky, they're too thick. Yeah, they'll last a long time, but you see this, and you see, yeah, it's not going to work. This is my new writing style that I'm going to use. I'm leaning more towards that. The signs, now the first few pages are just zodiac symbols. I put these all together, the pictures and stuff, put them all together from offline. Got the 13th one in here. The dates, if you were to consider the 13th. And this one's boring, it's just another list. No art yet. Got this from Charmed, but see, write my own stuff most of the time. Even a lot of this printed out stuff, like this stuff I've tweaked. I really like this picture. I don't know why I put it there. That looks really pretty. Celtic cross. Some runes. These rune pages are really old too. That's why they look like a freaking 12-year-old drew them, because I did. Like the crayon. Isn't that nice? Love this stuff. Love it. Love this stuff too. I have to do a garden video when I get my garden. Practical Magic. When I get my garden started back up. A lot of people think this is a weed, but it's actually really tasty. So yeah, if you have some in your yard, look it up. People make teas and crap out of it. bake with it. This is like scientific names and like the craft names and traditional names, like folk names. This is where I had a book that was really old, and it was an herbal book, and I was too lazy to draw all the pictures of the herbs, but I really wanted some that were like illustrations, so I stole those, and they work really good, and they add some whimsicalness, what with their awkward size. A mixture I made in high school. I aged the page after I put the ink down, and it bled, and I thought it looked really cool. But, no, that's a vagina. Sorry, I'm really tired. I was bored, though, so. Ooh, I'm really proud of these. I decided to do kind of like tribute pages, and I drew them off of pictures that I could find on the internet. It's Gerald Gardner and Raymond Buckland. And that's all I've got in here so far. I mean, I'm gonna add more, even though they're not, the rest of them aren't founders. I should probably change that to like famous witches or something. Because I'd like Scott Cunningham to go in there and some authors and all that. I drew that picture on that page like in high school. There's another one of those stupid pages. All I have to do is cut that out. Cut that off, cut the pictures off, glue them onto a more flexible piece of paper, and not paint this. This is paint, but I don't like it anymore. I liked it at first, now I don't, so it's not gonna happen. Oh, this was part of my first book, and you can see where I tried to draw pretty decorations. I just added that. Looks a lot better than what it did. Similar words to Charmed, but tweaked. Also same art. Got this offline because I loved it. This was my first familiar. Sorry about that, I moved the table. This was my first familiar. She died April of 13. And yeah, loved her to death. Miss her so much. Like crazy. T.S. Eliot, The Naming of Cats, because it's a good book and that's a cute poem. Charmed art, not so much charmed words. My art. I love this. It's a picture that I got offline. Can't really see it all. Sorry about the shadow. See if I can, yeah. But anyway, and I had these things that I got from the store called fairy wings. And they smell really good. And they're supposed to attract fae. And I just put them in there. So it's a cute little hiding place. Drew this. Really proud of her. Yeah, there's some pictures. The Banshee, Fuka, Trows, Fachin. All of my fairies that I put in here, so far at least, I have a lot. I have a few more to add. And my friend and I drew all the pictures, and he wrote some of the entries for me to save time. But they're all, anyway, my fae are all Scottish and Irish based. Mostly Irish vampires. And this is mostly Psyvamps, not, you know, blood-sucking vamps. But there's a little bit of the lore for that in there too. And this is my last page that I have done so far. So all of these are blank. And I've got herbs back here. Flowers. Usually I do. I think I have a rosebud in here somewhere. Oh, there's my pictures. Where I keep my pics that I haven't used yet. There it is. There's my rosebud thing. It's been in there for ages. But yeah. I've got 4. You may have seen them already. for ribbons. I started out with 3. I started out with red and yellow and brown. And brown because I wanted black and I didn't have black at the time. But then I was given a black ribbon, and as I was working with my book, I realized I needed to add a ribbon. So I was like, oh, well, I might as well add that black ribbon now. So that's what I did. And you can see through here, and you can see this glue. But that's because I tried to glue them down like this, because I hate it when they get stuck up like this. But I pull on them from the bottom, and then that's why it ripped up. But this thing like flattens out more when I have all the pages in here, so it'll fix itself. That won't be so obvious and ugly at the time, or when I do fix it. Got raised spine things here. You'll see how to, if you want to watch that tutorial, you'll see how that's all done. But yeah, so that's it. That's all of it right there. So yeah, any questions or whatever, feel free to ask, and I'm gonna go learn how to upload this. So yeah, and I'll probably make more videos, because why not? And I'll be in the other ones, probably. I just wasn't in this one because I feel like crap. And it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah. Alright. Peace, love, and many blessings.